Yep. Oh man, look at that box. It got beat to hell.
Two hours later.
Okay, that took forever and a whole mess later. Yeah, maybe if you buy a cheaper or discounted hydraulic ram, maybe find out if they come with fluid in it or not. Mine did not, so luckily we had a whole bunch of hydraulic fluid from the crawler left over, so we were able to do that. But it has this teeny weensy little hole, and we didn't have anything to properly put the fluid in, so we had to spend some time trying to figure that out and just working the hell out of it. So right after I shut off the camera, I brought the crane arm down, and this little nut you see here, this bolt, yeah, so that's where we had to fill the fluid, and it came with a rubber grommet. Had no bolt or anything about it, didn't think about it. Shot the rubber grommet out and a bunch of hydraulic fluid. It was overfilled, by the way, but have no idea where that went, so I just put that in there and threaded the damn thing in. A lot safer. Okay, so this is what's going on. A few vlogs or so back, I mentioned truck overheating. It's progressively gotten worse, and I mentioned the fact that it also had a leak. That's progressively gotten worse as well. Original thought was that it was probably either freeze plugs, head gasket, or cracked block. I think it's just freeze plugs, so yeah, I had to order the new hydraulic jack for the engine hoist, and now we're trying to pull the engine. And here we have a fat Tony in his natural habitat.
Hey!
Did that just happen? Are you okay?
It's on my foot.
Is my engine okay?
My steel toe saved me. What?
Wait, what, really?
What's on your foot?
Oh, bro.
What's on your foot?
The engine shifted onto his foot.
Well, shall we jack it up?
We're probably auto. I can't move it.
Oh, what the hold on.
That's why you wear steel toes.
Even that is not always going to save everything. Depends on what falls on it.
Ah, damn.
I'm glad I was recording that.
Have my face look.
I'm like, oh,
Yep. There we go. You're good.
okay.
Let it back down.
Uh-huh.
Almost was bad.
Alright guys, that's why you wear steel toes. And maybe don't put your toes under a pressure point when pulling an engine. kind of had to figure out a way to get us some extra light since it got freaking dark.
Squirrel!
Yeah. That one bolt. There's always one bolt. It's never that easy. It's always one bolt. The rest of them are coming out, right? I shouldn't have said anything.
Squirrel!
I shouldn't have said anything.
Blinded by the light, surrounded like a white man in the middle of the night.
You are pretty white. Oh, here we go. Okay guys, so we figured it out. We know which one it is. Check this out. There's the freeze plug right there. Got a little pinhole. It's all rusted. So when it was leaking, it's leaking down this, coming down, all the way down that rod and leaking down the back. So we thought it was the back one, but you can see there, back freeze plug is fine. All these freeze plugs are fine in the back. So it's just that a-hole that was behind the motor mount.
Oh, it leaking too.
Yeah, so
Quite a hole, quite a pinhole.
this one's rusted, been leaking. We'll pull that one, and then hard to tell with that one.
Can't tell about
That one got a bunch of oil on it. It might be fine, but we'll check it anyway. Pull it. We replaced one in the front like a year or so ago, something like that, a year or two ago. But we're gonna go ahead and replace all the ones that are absolutely bad. We got all new freeze plugs, so.
Several days later.
Okay, so getting the engine out took a little longer than originally planned or expected. Now they say bad or basically just unwanted things come in 3. I'm not entirely sure that's true, but let's just break it down. So Sunday I was on a date, broke my phone. 1. Fell out of the pocket of my hoodie, hit my knee, bounced off my knee, hit the seat, bounced off the seat, landed face down. Now it was already cracked and broken, but this time it went ahead and, well, yeah. Okay, so next day, Monday, which we'll call number 2, finally getting the engine out. Took forever, bolts, wiring, other stuff that thought was already undone, out of the way, didn't need to be undone, whatever. Get the engine out with the help of my buddy, Fat Tony, thank God. Okay, so while it's out, this will be number 3. Totally not a big deal with the exception of the last part of this. So decide that the intake manifold gaskets need to be changed. New sealant was leaking. Okay, no big deal. Then also decide that the valve covers need to be cleaned up, reseated, all that. No big deal, got all that done. But then the rear main seal needs to be replaced. Well, the problem with that is I can't get in there to break the bolts loose off of for the torque converter without rounding the bolt heads off. So I'm not going to screw with it anymore because it's going to take too long. We've already been without a running vehicle or the truck running for like 2 weeks or something now. Way too long. Need a running vehicle out here. So no rear main seal going in it. So gonna get it lifted up, get the freeze plugs in, go from there, redo all the wiring, and then just go ahead and start putting it back in. But number 4, somehow during all of this, I managed to get a lower respiratory infection and have been fighting for the past several days to try to not drown in my own lungs. Hawking that stuff up, man, and trouble breathing, coughing constantly. So I've been on antibiotics trying to get over all of that. Number 5, I ordered a new phone digitizer screen, frame, all of that. Yeah, came cracked. I'm probably still going to try and replace it out. It's only cracked at the top, but come on, man.